So by the time this video comes out, it'll be about a week since the ban list has been released, and Legacy of Destruction is on sneak peek tomorrow. I usually don't do tier lists, but we're gonna try this. We're gonna try this out. So I have 7 different tiers here. I have SSS, that's the very top. That's the best decks of the format. Below that, I have will absolutely win a YCS. That'll be like tier 1.5, and then we'll probably win the YCS. Just a little bit below that. Below that, I have might win a regional. These are the decks that will have some representation at a YCS, but will they have topping spots? Maybe, possibly. Below that, I have local menace. These are the decks that you'll definitely see at the local scene. You might see them at a regional. You maybe we'll see them at a YCS, but probably not. Below that, I have 4th rate deck. These are the decks that are not doing so well. You might see them at a regional. They're gonna be maybe at your local scene, maybe possibly, but they're definitely not topping a YCS anytime soon. And then below that, I have don't. Just don't. Don't build these decks. So first off, we have Centurion. I feel like that deck might win a regional. And maybe, probably will win a YCS. Will definitely win a, it might win a regional. It might win a regional. Like, you'll probably see it on a YCS. I don't know if it'll win a YCS. It'll definitely be there. It might have a topping spot here and there, but I don't think it'll be winning the YCS. Next off is Voiceless Voice. That'll absolutely win a YCS. That is kind of force to be reckoned with. It's still getting support. If it wasn't for, like, if Snake Eye wasn't the thing, this would definitely be the best deck, in my opinion. Like, it has so many layers of interruption. If I didn't have Dark Lord No More in my side deck, I don't think I'd be beating this deck. Dragon Ruler, don't play this. Like, I get it, but don't play this deck. It's far past its prime. It's a 10-year-old deck. Just leave it be. Snake Eye. I think that's going to be the best deck in the format. Like, sure, we lost Link Karibo, but I think there are ways to play the deck still. Like, I think you just need to change the play a little bit. Just adjust the play. The deck is still really fucking strong. Like, I don't think there's any reason to put this anywhere below right here. Like, I think that's still going to be one of the best decks of the format. Yubel will probably win a YCS. Maybe, possibly, because it has the access to the Unchained engine. It's also just really fucking strong. I struggle with this deck constantly. The ability to just yeet away your opponent's board is just kind of absurd. And it's going to get more support even after Legacy of Destruction. In the form of Fiend Smith. That... Whew, I don't like dealing with that. So we'll probably win a YCS. You're definitely going to see it around. Tier Elements might win a regional. I'm willing to maybe bump it up to here. But with D-Shifter still legal, this deck is going to have a bit of a struggle. Like, it could go either here or here. It might win a regional. You're definitely going to see it at YCS. It's definitely going to be represented at YCS, but yeah. Branded will probably win a YCS. With the... They didn't touch the deck at all on the last ban list. Like, they didn't touch it at all. Sanctifier should have definitely been banned, but okay, I guess gimmick locking is fine, according to Konami. Even if Sanctifier was banned, I think the deck is still really strong. I'm gonna put it below Yubel, simply because Yubel just... Yubel just kind of attacks into your big monsters, and all of a sudden you lose. So, yeah. And what does Brandon do? Puts out big monsters. Tenpai. Definitely going to be one of the strongest of the decks here. Like, this deck will absolutely win at YCS, but I think it's going to be slightly below Snake Eye. It's going to be one of the best decks in the format, I think. I have Blue Eyes. This is here for personal reasons. I want to put it here, but we all know where this is going. It's going to don't build this deck. Like, I was going to try to build the Blue Eyes with Horus and Vision Resonator and Baron the Floor, but Baron is now banned. We still have access to Dissipator, but also just don't try to do this. Lightsworn might win a regional. Like, it's strong. Like, it's definitely strong. You're definitely gonna see this deck around. You're gonna see it at a YCS, but is it gonna win a YCS? Probably no. Might win a regional though. Shining Sarcophagus. Don't build this. Don't build this deck. Like, I haven't seen too many people, like, the amount of people that I've seen playing it, like, on Edo Pro, like, it's not very much. Even when I do see it, it's like, okay, sure. Like, I think it's just kind of bad. Don't build this deck. Goblin Biker. This is a local menace. Like, this is, like, Goblin Biker, Punk, Gold Pride. It's good. Like, it's a good deck. It's a local menace. You're gonna see it around. You might see it at regional. It maybe will top a regional, question mark, but you're not gonna see it at a YCS. You're definitely not gonna see it win a YCS. So it's a local menace. Marine says it might win a regional. Like, you're gonna see it at a YCS. I don't know if it's gonna win a YCS, but it might win a regional. You're definitely gonna see it at the regional level. Sword Soul. It's a local menace. Like, you might see it might win a regional with the access to Protos now, but actually, you know what? Yeah, it might win a regional. With the access to Protos, with Centurion having access to King Calamity, these two decks are doing kind of the same things, so it might win a regional. You're gonna see it at a YCS, probably, but it's gonna win? Probably no. Hero. So it's a local menace. You're gonna see it at a YCS. You're gonna see it at regional. You might see it at Worlds. Like, you might see it at WCQ, like we did last year. But it's gonna win any of that? No. Probably no. Like, it might win a regional. Maybe. But chances are it's gonna top at a regional. Maybe it'll top at a YCS. It might top at Nats too, but as far as I'm concerned, it's really just real local menace. Magic Spectre. Local menace. Like, it's a control deck with a DPE. Cody, that's a 4th-rate deck. Like, what it does is cute. Like, you might struggle a little bit against it, but like, you might see it at regional, but is it gonna top? Probably no. You're not gonna see this deck at a YCS. So yeah. Cosmo. So the reason why this is even on here is because it won a regional in Brazil. Here's the thing about that particular regional, though. It had 32 players. Alright, it had 32 players. It was not a big event at all. So, given that context, don't play this. Just don't. Salamangreat. It is a 4th-rate deck. The reason why that's even on here, by the way, is because Sky Striker, Thunder Dragon, and Orchest all got placements on the ban list, so it's kind of worth talking about Salamangreat in that context, because it was part of the TOS format. This deck is just okay. Like, are you gonna see this deck? Probably no. If you see a card that says Salamangreat on it, it's gonna be the Raging Phoenix in the Fire decks. Feudoroid. Don't play this deck. Like, I can do some cool stuff, but you have to be a really good pilot with that deck to know what you're doing with it. But other than that, if you're building it for a fun deck, go for it. But don't play this deck. Same thing goes for Burning Abyss. Like the reason why that's even on here because Terror Top is put into Burning Abyss decks, but just don't. Vanadium, it might win a regional. Actually, we're gonna put these two together here. Vanadium can do the same thing that Centurion can do, and put King Calamity on board, but that's not. I don't think that's the correct way to play the deck. You know, you're gonna see it might win a regional. You might see it at YCS, but is it gonna win a YCS? Probably no. It might win a regional. You're definitely gonna see it though. Runic. I'm gonna put this firmly into Local Menace. This is the Runic Stun variant of the deck, by the way. So it's definitely gonna top regionals in YCSs. But is it going to win them? Probably no. You're going to see it at your locals. It might win at your locals too. Because Synchro is just kind of a stupid card. And your opponent just shuffling in the runic cards that you just used while milling your deck out. It's just kind of annoying. So you're gonna see it. I'm sorry. Fire King will probably win a YCS. It gains his support from the Snake Eye engine. Like, is it as good as just pure Snake Eye? Not really. But it will probably win a YCS. Purely 4-3 deck. Like, it can sit on the towers. Sure. But is it going to win a regional? I mean, maybe. You're probably going to see it at a regional. Is it going to win a YCS? Probably no. Like, I'm willing to bump it up to low Local Menace. Like, you're going to see it at a regional. You're going to see it at the YCS. But it's not going to win. It might win a regional. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe, possibly. But probably no. Orchest. I'm going to put this at Local Menace. Because there's going to be people who are like, here's the thing. The difference between 1 and 3 Heart Horror is very insignificant. The deck wasn't doing much of anything before this list. It's not going to do anything after this list. So you're probably going to see it at a YCS. It might top a regional. It might top maybe possibly at a YCS. But probably no. It's going to be a Local Menace. Melodious. It's getting support in Legacy of Destruction. I feel like it might win a regional. It's just kind of annoying to play against. It's a good deck. But is it going to win a YCS? I mean, it might. Maybe. But not guaranteed. ABCs. Yeah, this is another deck that applies to me, by the way. It's a Local Menace. If that. I mean, you know, if we're being real, most players who play the deck are playing it as a 4th-rate deck. But if played correctly, it's a Local Menace. Remember, kids, to always clear your memory cards. Anyways, yeah, ABCs, it'll be a Local Menace. If you see it, you might see it at regional. You're not going to see it at YCS, though. Flu, I mean, you're going to see it at a regional. You're going to see it at YCS. But is it going to win either of those? Probably no. It's very high Local Menace. Kashtira, I mean, it might win a regional. It might. Will it win a YCS? I mean, probably no. But you're going to see it there. Runic Bestial Shenanigans. I mean, it will probably win a YCS. I'm going to place this a little bit above Branded. Like, you're definitely going to see it at regional. You're going to see it at YCS. Like, there's no guarantee if it's going to win a YCS. But it'll probably win. Brights. I'm going to put this a little bit above. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this a little below Flu as a Local Menace. Like, you're going to see it at a regional. Like, it might win. You're probably going to see it at a regional. Probably not going to win a YCS, though. You're definitely going to see it at the local level. So, I learned about this next deck today, by the way. Forest Bestial Resonator. I'm going to say it will probably win a regional, at least. Like, it might win a YCS. It'll definitely be represented there, but yeah, might win a regional. Like, it'll probably top a YCS, but it's definitely going to win a regional. Chimera. Branded Chimera. I'm going to put this firmly into might win a regional. Like, is it going to win a YCS? Probably no. Will it be represented at a YCS? More than likely. But it might win a regional. You're going to see it around. Rescue Ace will probably win a YCS. Since Fire wasn't hit in any really significant way, in my opinion, it gained support from the Snake Eye engine. It's probably going to win a YCS. You're going to see this deck around. Unchained. So, it can be used as an engine in Labyrinth. It can be used in an engine in Yubel. It's definitely going to be played alongside with Fiend Smith here in a few months. But with that said, I'm going to put this into a local menace. Like, you're going to see it at a YCS. You're definitely going to see it at a regional. You're probably going to see it at a YCS. It's definitely going to be included into Yubel. It's definitely going to be included into some other things on here. We're missing Thunder Dragon. Give me 1 second. So I don't know why it decided to download a copy of my Kaiba statue picture, but here we are. Anyways, so we're going to talk about Thunder Dragon next. So this might win a regional. Despite being a mistake on legs, it might win a regional. It's definitely going to be a local menace. Like, there are some talks in some branded forums about including this into the deck. It might top a YCS. I don't think it's going to win a YCS, but it might top one. It might win a regional, though. So next we have Vanquish Soul. It's the Forest Raid deck. It's so bricky. Like, I've seen so many people brick on this. It's not even funny. Sky Striker. That is going to be... It might win a regional. Honestly, might win a regional. But probably no. I think it's going to be very high local menace. Very low, might win a regional. Vados. Ashened. It could potentially win a regional. But very also high local menace. Here's the thing. They haven't answered to Tenpai. So, they have an in-archetype answer to Tenpai. Which is one of the strongest decks in the format coming up. Dragon Link, don't build this deck. Just don't. Finally, Labyrinth. I'm going to put this deck into high, might win a regional. This could also go into low, might win a YCS. But you're definitely going to see it around. Like, you're going to see it in the YCSs. You're going to see it in regionals. You're definitely going to see it at your locals. That's the list. This is objective. Every other list is wrong. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. My name is Vincent. I am the Race Duelist. Goodbye.